Hey, good morning, folks. We're going to continue working on Spelljammer, Combat and Exploration, book art. Give me a second here to check my signal, go through my intro spiel, and then we'll get to work. So let's see how we sound today. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. T-shirt. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that sounds like me. Great, still human. I've just posted that I'm live on Twitter, so if you want to find when I am live in the future, you can follow me at Twitter, on Twitter at Phil Kearney, Filkearney, like the name of the channel. Or you can hit the bell icon, like, subscribe, all the bells and whistles to support the growth of the channel. My name is Phil Kearney. I create role-playing games. I publish them online. I've been focusing my attention on Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. Currently, we're pursuing Spelljammer, Adventures in Space. There's a slew of work that I've already produced in the description down below, so if you want to find out more about the kind of work that I produce, the kind of artwork that I put in my book, you can check out any of those works down below. They're all on sale currently in a July sale. So support is certainly appreciated, but not mandatory. Of anything at all that can help support growth of the channel, of course, is liking, subscribing, bell icon, as I mentioned, and my Patreon, Phil Kearney, down below as well. If you want to chuck me $1 as a tip of support, that's certainly appreciated. Big dreams. Thanks a lot, man, for your support as well. So this is a book cover we created back around episode 14, 15 or so, something like that. This will appear on the DMsGuild once this publishes as well, and it'll be about that big on the ribbon bar of new releases, so hopefully that's compelling, and we'll find our way to one of the most popular releases once we do. Here's some of the interior art that we produced. So building a PDF, right? You got to have an idea for your game. Then you got to wordsmith all the bits about it. Like on this page, we're looking at expanded spellcasting or amplified spellcasting using ship equipment on a Spelljammer ship so that you can expand the use of your spells. In this case, we're looking at Lehman's Tiny Hut, which is a 3rd level spell, a utility spell. When the spell is cast normally, if the spell is cast within an area larger than the spell effect, the hut remains immobile relative to the source of its gravity. Otherwise, the hut remains stationary in wild space or the astral sea. While the spell is active, it produces fresh air to breathe for all within. 1 slot. If you spin an extra spell slot, the area increases to a 50-foot sphere. If you spend 2 spell slots, the area increases to a 500-foot sphere. And the duration of the spell also increases by 8 hours for each level of spell slot spent, amplifying the duration up to 48 hours with a 6th level spell slot. When amplifying the spell with a 7th level spell slot, the duration increases to 72 hours. An 8th level spell slot increases the duration to 10 days, and a 9th level spell slot increases the duration to 30 days. So in this case here, we're looking at a normal use of the Lehman's Tiny Hut in an independent, without being inside of the source of gravity. Normally, if you use Lehman's Tiny Hut, it's just a hemisphere sitting on the ground inside of its gravity space, like on the deck of a ship or on a planet. But if you don't have a source of gravity nearby, then it just becomes a sphere that just free floats and stays immobile. So there's all sorts of really interesting applications you can use with that. It is a force effect. So you could theoretically drop one of these in a field somewhere and just ram a ship into it and destroy the ship in the process. Or the ship would take collision damage from doing so. Just an interesting thought there for you DMs that like to offer cool things. But we were working on this yesterday, and we're getting down to the thin and skinny of it. So right now we're just doing embellishing with the line art here, doing some basic cleanup. We've already merged all of them down into a single layer. So right now we're just doing a little bit of a little bit of shade work just to improve the realism of the characters in here. Although I could go for a cartoony style that would probably be acceptable. It's not really acceptable to me. So, but I think this guy's just about done. So I'm going to finish up this piece. Oop, thank you. Let's put a timer on the block. 20 minutes on the block, and it is, what time is it? 6:16 a.m. here in Seattle. So we've got about 100 minutes of fun that we can kick through. We'll definitely finish these. I'm liking how my physique, the way that I depict like musculature and bone structure, I feel like that's improving. Maybe the quality isn't improving as much as it's my ability to produce it. It's yeah, my production time is definitely less for the visual aesthetics that I have. So the style is quicker than before. I'm pretty happy with this guy. His ear's too far back though. Need to fix that. His ear should actually be probably like that. Yeah, that feels better. Let's be that. Just fill this in behind. Power of OxyClean. Clean that up just a touch. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this guy. Clean that up a bit. Cool. All right, I'm going to go ahead and call middle guy center A-OK. What's our reading size? Reading size is probably somewhere around here, which is plenty of resolution for the sketches. Let's work on left guy. Probably should have spent a little more time working on highlights and shadows on this guy before merging down the line art with color, but it'll probably be okay. We're just blending in the line art a little bit into the color, just how it blends a little more smoothly into the form, a little less comic booky. But this will probably take 25 minutes or so, maybe. And we'll move on to the next piece. I'll publish this. I'll put this on. I'll post this on Twitter, and if you know where I hang out on Discord, sometimes I post bragging rights on Discord. Smudge that out. Use this line art to our advantage to help work in a little additional shading. So what I like about this paint on merge down method is we can create the effects that we want we can use cell shading comic book style to be able to create the forms and the figures that we want. But then we can blend it all down and de-emphasize the line art so it feels a little more painterly. Semi-realism for sure, but satisfying style nonetheless. Hey, if you're new to the channel, I'm here 6 days a week. I do Spelljammer art like this in the morning until the book is done. When the book is done, we'll then start doing Eberron art in the morning. Currently, we do Eberron on Monday and Thursday evenings. But we're going to be doing interior art like this, token work, and we've been doing cartography in the evenings. But when this project is done, then the Eberron project becomes our primary, and that'll be, like I said, in the mornings like this. And then we'll pick up another project. Hey, it's Tuesday. That's right. Speaking of projects, the Martial Powers project. We do mechanical development and design work, the text part of the PDF creation process. We do that at Tuesday lunches. And this is Tuesday, so at lunch this week, will be no different from any other. We'll be continuing development of Martial Powers for probably Barbarian. I'm not sure which subclass we're working on today, but we're working on Fighters, Barbarians, Monks, Rogues, Rangers, and Paladins as a alternate magic system, kind of like 4th edition powers for martial characters, hence Martial Powers, but also similar for 3rd edition folks, the Book of Nine Swords, that has a similar vibe to that as well, but distinctly 5e, and takes a lot of inspiration from Magic the Gathering, which I'm a big enthusiast of. So you can check that out. Once the Spelljammer book is complete, then Eberron moves to morning shifts, and we'll be working on Martial Powers in the evening to just speed up the production process and get us into artwork more quickly so that we can start punching that out and have that published early 2024 to complement the Color Mana Spell Point variant rules that are in a bundle and currently on sale in the description down below. You can check out how Color Mana works, because Martial Powers works with Color Mana as well as it just works with Universal Spell Points or Discipline Points or whatever resource system you want to implement. So you get a taste of that. We'll have that occurring more frequently in the future, which I'm super excited about because I love the Martial Powers project. It is such a fluid, dynamic system. No, too messy. Let's take that back. There we go. That should be sufficient. Do want to clean up that chin. There we go. There. Good. Hand. Clean that up. strengthen my smudge so I can push those pixels around a little bit easier. That into place. We like it. Yeah, we're really small brush. This is a 3 pixel brush that we're using, and it's a highly complicated brush tool, so it doesn't interact well at such a low resolution. Blend down. Just want to keep my lines clean here a little bit. There. Good. Don't mind taking the amount of time it takes to be able to produce all the art, because it kind of helps being able to provide unique art for a project really helps add flavor to what the development is supposed to be like how is this envisioned, you know, like being able to step away from stock art and be able to have all original art for a project. It gives it a distinct feel, so it automatically elevates the quality of the work because all the art is specifically and uniquely relevant to the project that's being produced. But beyond that, you can have an integrated narrative to have an ongoing, consistent feel or look, especially when you're dealing with something as interesting as scaling map mechanics. It kind of need to make sure that everything is jiving together properly. Like that. Keep his butt inside of the bubble. Bubble butt. Come on, buddy. Nair. Nair. Oh my god, where are we going? Thank you. We're almost done. It's nice to have a bunch of really small little spot arts like this. I can put a decent amount of detail in a short period of time without murdering myself on just how much space needs to be rendered. Pardon the pun. Keep it very simple, and if I get tired of it, I can just quit. Move on to another piece. That's another glorious part of it. Like, none of these pieces are so important that they need to break me. Still figuring out exactly how to do page layouts for the Light of Zarax's adventure portion, which is a little concerning for me how far into the project we are, and I haven't resolved page layouts for like 20 pages of the book. I'm not in panic mode about it yet, but it is on my radar as something that really needs to be resolved. And so I'm getting to the point where I'm going to have to start just pulling the fucking trigger on shit. Like, it's okay for me to be procrastinating right now because I have so much other page art to do throughout the supplement. But once I get to the conversion guide for Light of Zaraxis, so like if that is the last piece, I'm going to have to fucking rock that. So I am praying to the muse that she knows how she wants it to be, and that she's going to drop that information into my workflow process here in the next week or so I can get really, really serious about finishing this book in August. If I can't lock down those pages and that becomes my quagmire, I'm gonna have to start getting creative. But yeah, cool. So that guy is pretty much resolved. It's pseudo comic-y. I'm pretty happy with it, but I did find. Let's merge that down. Merge. Nice timing, Kearney. 20 minutes, and I finished that guy just as I said I would. I'm a man of my word. And that word is goddamn. There, let's go with the left again here. There, here. Yeah, this pen's getting nubbed down pretty good. We'll have to switch out our nub sometime soon. There's a little nub here at the end. You can see it's got a severe cut into it right now. I can actually take a piece of spaghetti and drop it in there, and it works in a pinch. But I've got a stack of them that I got from Wacom that I can use to replace. It's just I like to burn them down as much as I can before swapping them out. And once they're gone, I like to throw them away and not use them again. Drop the opacity and blend that in a little bit. Not opacity, strength. The strength of the smudge brush. Drop the strength, blend. Like yonder. And then this guy's boot is poking out just a touch. I need to fix that. There we go. Now we can work on the guy on the right. Boop. I don't know about you, but I, as a DM, when we're talking about wizards and spell books, one, I like to think that if you have a familiar, the summon familiar spell that you can send to an extra dimensional space, I like the idea of that being a constant in extra dimensional space that you can put your spell book in, that your familiar can fetch to you when you summon it. That way you keep it off stage and don't have to worry about your book getting burned down. It's an abuse of the power because it's kind of like a portable hole that you're getting for free without having to invest in buying a portable hole. But it's for your spellbook specifically. It's limited to that along with your familiar. I think that's an acceptable use. But you can do something simple like require them to sacrifice a first level spell slot for however long it is that they want to use that feature as a storage. The current campaign I have, our rogue has a third level spell slot that they can spend to get a portable hole that they can open it. Basically, it's like a mix between dimension. It's a mix between, the actual word is a rope trick and demiplane. So rope trick is a first level spell, and it's probably a second level spell. And Demiplane is an 8th level spell, so the portable hole effect we're currently sitting with it at 3rd level. I think it's 3rd level. But in all actuality, when we're done playing with it, it'll probably be 4th level. But yeah, being able to maintain concentration to sustain a portable hole, that's pretty fun. And it's a fun alternate mechanic. Like if you're a spell point enthusiast like I am in D&D, you've got a lot of budget to be able to spend mana on repeated spell effects. So it's fun to come up with other uses of the mana to drive down the amount of resources the spellcaster has during the course of the day. Martial Powers uses that same mana resource that we'll be looking at later on today at lunch. That'll be in about probably 6 hours or so that we'll get into some Martial Powers today. But I like the idea of being able to sustain magic items with mana. Here, I'm gonna adjust my seat here real quick. Get back in position. To trim my chops, get the scraggles off of my face. Just trying to clean myself up a little bit in general. Barf. There we go. Little boots. Almost done here. Keep that crisp. There we go. A little more time on that than I wanted to. Not my best work, but I'm not displeased. stay on target. Almost done. And then the real challenge is going to start. How are we looking on time? 7 o'clock? Holy crap. All right. Happy with that. Thank you. Not content with that gesture. Yeah, I'm even less content with that. All right, we'll just leave that be. Fuck it. Who's he waving to? We don't get to see. We have no idea who he's waving to. Oops, one last thing. Yeah. That, I think, is a decent piece. And that caps that illustration for the page. Very nice. There it is as a standalone. Or, actually, better yet, there. All right, we'll set that aside for now. Oops. There we go. Leland's tiny bubble. Nice. All right, that page is resolved. That means there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 illustrations left on this page. That's fantastic. So here is the new spell, Create Ship, that we've been working with. It starts off as a second level conjuration spell to craft a 20-foot vessel, to create a 20-foot craft. Go to 6th level spell slot, you can create up to 100 feet in size. Damsel flies happen to be within the 100-foot space, so that's where we're going to start with this. What do we need? We need floor plans is what we need. So let's go to D&D Beyond. Spelljammer, let's go grab a ship. Damsel fly. Nope. I don't know why I can't copy this thing. What the fuck is preventing me from copying this? Open image in a new goddamn tab. What is it? Is this like some sort of a block on this that prevents me from being able just to pick up the simple goddamn JPEG? Or is this a me issue? Copy image. I swear, I'm copying image and it won't let me freaking paste it. I mean, that is a copy button, right? This doesn't make any sense why I can't do that. Fuck you, whatever. Whatever. Well, good thing we saved that bubble. We can come over here and grab this. Yeah, see, that'll let me paste. Fucking stupid. Let's see. Yep, that's your helm right there. Excellent. Floor fun. Pew. That curves around like that. I like them being up in there. Yeah, no, it's not like that square though. How do I want to do this? Let's see. Want to do like that? Thank you. Where are we at? 7:15. All right, we're coming along. I'm gonna stop singing. How do I want to do this? Still like the caster being here. Just don't know how to get to him there quite yet. Delete. Let's create a new layer here. Let's take this circle like this. how do we get up to it without blocking the flow of traffic, you know? No, that's the right placement for it. Circle, square, sits there. As written, that puts him right about here. Loses the cool factor of being in the bubble. It certainly makes life easier. Yeah, maybe we just go with easier. Okay. Okay, so looks like the biggest problem I actually have right now is let's get rid of that. this in a separate layer. There to there. There we go. That, floor plans. This is a decent drafting challenge. I'm really enjoying it. Fairly accurate. think that's decent. Let's see if I can... Oh. Okay. Let's do some cleanup here. All right, something just popped in my head that tells me I need to be done. I don't know why. I don't know what's up with that. I'm just doing what the muse wants me to. So we're gonna continue with this. It'll probably be done by the time we're back tomorrow morning. We'll work on something new. But for whatever reason, something's telling me to shut down. So I'm going to go ahead and stop and get out. If you're lurking, hey, thanks a lot for hanging out. This is a little weird. I have to follow my intuition. So I'm just gonna bail. And I will see you guys at lunchtime in about, probably in about 5 or 6 hours, something like that. So follow me on Twitter to find out when I'm going to be live for Martial Powers Design at lunch. I'll see you guys later.